Hello guys and welcome to the channel. I'm sorry I haven't made videos in a while. I've filmed a few videos. I meant to edit them, but I don't know. So now I just decide to just make a video, whatever. I don't even care what it looks like, just to update you guys. Honestly, I haven't been doing too well lately, and I will tell you why. Firstly, I want to show you where I am. I'm still in Moscow, Russia. I'm still in suburban Moscow. I'm taking a walk. I came to this place because I like how the buildings look, and it calms me down because this looks like the place where I grew up. See, there's a guy chilling there by his house talking on the phone. But anyway, I feel that what has been going on in Russia the last 2 years, and you know what I'm talking about, has been psychologically draining me out. And when I came to Russia in 2019, I have to say things were a lot better back then. This was before COVID. This was before, what. And I came, I had nostalgia because I grew up in Moscow, Russia. I had nostalgia. So I miss this place a lot, and I still love this place, don't get me wrong. But a lot of things are, I think, not going in the right direction here. And a long time I have been trying to be positive, and I've been trying to, there's a lot of censorship in Russia right now, and I'm obviously not gonna say anything, that might be compromising for me. And it's not even that I am, it's the thing is, I feel, right? This is what I feel. I feel that compared to America, Russia and America are in a very similar situation, right? And I remember when I used to live in America and I used to complain about what was going on there, Here's the situation about both of these countries. Both of these countries have great potential to live a great life, They do. They're amazingly rich. They got smart people. They got good potential, but they're not realizing that potential. That is the issue. And it's kind of like my own life, where I am myself. I come from a family of people who worked for the Academy of Sciences in the Soviet Union. Smart people. My grandfather was a professor. Another grandfather was a director of a gas institute. So I come from a family of smart people, family of PhDs. But yet my life has been thrown into turbulence ever since we left the Soviet Union. Because I used to have mental breakdowns from, my childhood and all that. And this is like, life for me personally has been difficult ever since I came back, and I will tell you why. So, and this is going to be where am I gonna go? This is a Russian school, by the way, on my left, so I'll go here. So this is the issue, and I'm going to talk about my personal life a bit. What has been difficult for me, right? I have no income inside of Russia, as usual, right? You would think that since I was born here in Russia, I would be able to find something, worth my time, but I haven't been able to find anything that's remotely something that's attractive to me. Of course, I could find menial jobs, but I don't need them. I was hoping that when I came to Russia, I would, find something to do, that's interesting to me. And I haven't been able to. because Russia does not need, its own people. It's true, it's been the case for a long time. As they often say in America, they say the same thing in Russia, like if you don't like it, leave, and if you complain about anything, they go, well, you don't like it, leave, and I'm like, well, what if I don't want to leave? What if I want to express the fact that I'm not happy with something? And then that's the situation. So prices have risen. There is a lot of kind of frustration, I feel, working up in Russian society. That's honestly my opinion. Even though the stores are full, a lot of people have left Russia for various reasons. I obviously don't want to, I have not done anything that would warrant, any kind of thing done against me. I have kept my mouth shut about anything that's controversial. But I still, the situation is that it's so, bad to the fact that I even feel guilty about complaining about something. That's, for example, in America, right? And I'm not, I feel that there was more freedom of speech. For example, even complaining, how everybody says, college is a scam in America, right? When you say the same thing in Russia, you get stupid, responses saying that it's not college, it's you. So it's things that are even, common topics are kind of taboo here. I mean, I've been frustrated. I've been frustrated with trying to send money here because everything's cut off. I can't even send money here from abroad now. Nothing, the money is not going through, And it's also funny that there has been foreigners living in Russia, right? There's channels that I watch, and it's funny that they're afraid to criticize anything. They just make these videos walking around saying how great things are, when, here's the problem, right? There is great, not everything is bad. A lot, I've been saying that a lot of things in Russia are great. Look at that. Is that a vodka factory? Look at that crap. I think it's a Russian vodka factory. It says Russian Standard on it. Hold on. See right there. Russian Standard. So they have a vodka factory right in the middle of suburban Moscow. Alright, whatever. So see, I don't want to walk here because there's a lot of cars and all that, so we'll go here. We'll go into the favorite thing, the Moscow little, I don't know, we call them yards, but these are little areas surrounded by huge buildings. I like them because, again, they remind me of my childhood. I've been kind of, ever since I came to Russia, I've had this positive spin on everything because I felt like I didn't want to complain, I didn't want to. But realizing after 4 years of living here that I feel that I haven't had the opportunities that I was hoping for, I've been I obviously, right now with remote work, I feel that anyone with half a brain can make, money doing remote work. So it's not a question of me, having something to live on or going hungry, as long as I can receive money from abroad. As obviously all of the foreigners who live in Russia do, they don't admit it. They don't make any money on living in Russia. They just walk around making YouTube videos, the income from which goes to their YouTube account in their native country, and then they transfer the money here, which is how they're able to live. But I wanted to you know, have something in Russia, which I haven't been able to. Except for things that I don't really care about. Again, I don't want a menial job. I have enough talents. You know, I have enough talents for way greater things than being you know, being a database administrator or something like that. You know, that doesn't interest me anymore. You know, I can live without that. Which is pretty much the only thing I have been. And even with that, I still need some kind of weird ass documents submitted. You know, I'm not gonna talk about them, but I do need that. So, and I don't really want to get them for reasons I'm not gonna discuss. These are G14 classified Soviet intelligence. So, just kidding. So I just want to express my frustration because I feel that, you know, this calms me down. Like, for example, look at this. Like, this is what I missed about. Like, here's what Nova Orlovskaya Street, number 10. Whoever lives here is a lucky bastard. Anyway, so as you can tell, I'm not really having a good day today, but at least I can go outside, walk around, and calm down, right? Maybe I'm gonna get a shawarma or whatever, you know. At least this is where the positive things comes in. At least I can do that. Like in America, I felt whenever I had a shitty day, and that was pretty much every day when I lived there, I didn't even have the ability to. I didn't even have the ability to walk around and take a walk. You know, which is what I'm doing here. Because I'm very frustrated, I'm very angry today, not having a good day. And I need to, you know, calm down a little bit, and maybe taking a walk and posting YouTube video would be the best therapy right now for me. But yeah. So yeah, again, more about foreigners. Like, I've been watching all these channels, like, I don't know, Traveling with Russell, Sam's Russian Adventures, and it's funny because I was at that stage when I first came here 4 years ago, right? At the stage where I walk around, I go like, oh, you know, look at all the Soviet stuff, you know. Oh my God, you know, like all of this kind of rosy glasses type of thing, you know. But as someone who was born here, and the more I started kind of, you know, knowing what's going on, I don't behave that way anymore, because I know that underneath, you know, whatever Russia, and Russia can be a fun place, you know, don't get me wrong. But underneath it all, once you become like a local, and same thing in America, you realize that there's so much, you know, there's so much shit underneath that's dirty, smelly, that's like, especially when it comes to advancing in life, making a career, making money, you know, having a business, that the whole country is like a huge puzzle, you know, where it's very competitive, don't get me wrong, you know, even making $1,000 a month in Russia is considered well off, you know, even in Moscow, it's not, nobody's gonna hand you that money, you know, it's very competitive, and obviously everybody wants you to fail, you know, everybody wants you to, like, whatever, it's a huge, there's a lot of jealousy that's in Russia, I can tell you that, you know, everybody tries to bring everyone down, you know, I'm sure you kind of, you know, well, if you haven't heard of it, I'm kind of getting you the inside on the Russian life from someone who also lived in America, you know, there's a lot of, like, there is a reason why Russia has very few foreigners, right? And very few tourists, to tell you the truth. And it's not all bad, right? At least we're not swamped like Europe. But Russia is a very closed-off society, and it's closed off for even its citizens. You can tell I was born here. I speak fluent English. I'm not that stupid, right? I'm probably at least smarter than the average person, for the most part, in some things. And still, there is no opportunity here for me, in any. At least I don't see it. You know? This is the thing that amazes me, is that there's very few opportunities here for anything. At least, like, when it comes to... This was the problem, right? What was the problem with America? America was the problem that you had... where am I gonna go? America was the problem that everything was expensive, dirty, crime-ridden. Russia is not like that. Fairly clean. Almost hit by a car. Almost died for you guys here. Jesus Christ, that scared me. Anyway, Russia is clean. There's no crime, that much. Life is fairly cheap when it comes to daily life. Daily life. I'm talking about, well, fairly cheap compared to the Western countries, not compared to when you're making, you know, $500 a month, which is a reality for a lot of Russians. But it's livable. Like, I would say I'm spending probably $500 a month right now on you know, things like utilities, food, and I'm not living a luxury life at all. Okay, but Russia is not cheap when it comes to a lot of other things. For example, these apartments right here can cost $200,000. Yep, in this old ass buildings with old, you know, everything. $200,000. How the hell average person supposed to buy that? Don't ask me. They can't, you know. The only way you can buy an apartment in Moscow for the most people is when you sell another Moscow apartment and add a little bit of money and buy a little bit of a better one. That's the reality for most people. But when it comes to cars, when it comes to apartments, when it comes to electronics, when it comes to airplane tickets, everything is very expensive. Cars in Russia are more expensive than in any other country almost. The cars here cost insane. I don't freaking know how the hell people buy cars here. As you can see, there's a lot of cars here. I don't know how the hell, I mean, I understand economics fairly well. I don't know how the hell people buy cars here. Except for the fact that they spend pretty much everything they have on the car. You know, which is possibly, like, the Soviet Union also had cars. And they were a luxury. Even though people had them, but people had to, you know, like, spend an arm and a leg to get them. People did like them. I mean, you know, but everything is very expensive. As you can see, this is a new Audi car. You know, the guy that almost ran me over. They like German cars here, by the way. Buddy, you can just pass along. So, they like German cars here, which is weird because they hate, you know, NATO countries, but they do like German cars. But yeah, life here has been like, I don't know, coupled with the fact, right? Coupled with the fact, oh, as you can see, it's getting dark. Coupled with the fact that you cannot criticize anything, you know, there's tons of censorship, and even like the things that I'm saying in the video, which is nothing bad, right? I'm still concerned about it. Imagine, like, you know, the concern you have where you can't even complain about crap, you know? You're afraid that even the simplest complaint will draw some kind of ire onto you, you know, or I don't know what. Again, I'm not hating on everything. No, not at all. In fact, it's cleaner, nicer than California still. That's where I came from. So I still love this place, you know, but I have my grievances, you know, and I do understand why a lot of people leave. Like, a lot of people have left and leave Russia, but I wouldn't say they, you know, a lot of times, like, leaving is a strong word, because they used to live in the Soviet Union, leave, when they, you know, abandoned everything. Back in the Soviet Union, before the Soviet Union fell apart, if you wanted to leave Russia, you had to give up your Soviet apartments for free, and give up your Soviet citizenship. That's how the country viewed you. They viewed you as a traitor if you just said, hey, I want to go work somewhere else. That is the issue in all of this. So imagine how many people suffered. You know, imagine how many people were cut off from their homeland just because they didn't want to make, you know, $100 a month working, you know. And it's funny because in Soviet Union you could live on $100 a month. I'm not saying anything was bad, but I'm just saying that, you know, what's bad, you know, what's bad about wanting to go abroad, traveling, working? Nothing, you know. But they didn't want people to escape the system, because obviously, you know, that way you wouldn't be able to employ people for $100 a month if they were able to leave. But anyway, you know, things have improved since then. Again, I'm not having the best of a day, but I just don't want to make these videos where I used to make, where I came here 4 years ago, where I walked around saying, oh, you know, everything is so wonderful, blah blah blah, because, like, firstly, it was not accurate, you know, I was under, you know, nostalgia. And second thing is that things have changed since then. I feel not for the better. And things have gotten, well, you know, things are tragic. I feel everything that's going on is tragic, you know. As you can tell, I can't even say anything, because neither bad nor good. I don't really want to, except for the fact that my personal life has been worse, I feel. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe.